Hi YouTube, it is Lee Porter VSG coming back to you with my week 23 post vertical sleeve gastrectomy update. I had vertical sleeve gastrectomy surgery on March 27, 2018 with Dr. Ben Muir in Willoughby, Ohio. I am 5'9" for reference. My highest weight was 330 pounds. My weight the day of surgery was 318 pounds. And this is actually kind of a couple week update. The last time I checked in with you was on Tuesday of week number 21. It was August 21st and I weighed in at 247.1. Last week was week 22. That was August 28th, and my weight that day was 244.5. So that was a loss of 2.6 pounds for week 22. I was really thrilled with that weight. What's interesting about that is a number of weeks ago I had forecasted my weight loss for the next several weeks, assuming I would lose about 2.5 pounds every 4 weeks, or it's roughly 10 pounds every 4 weeks, but I don't necessarily lose 2.5 pounds every week. Sometimes I lose more and sometimes I lose less, but it absolutely has been averaging out to 10 pounds every 4 weeks. So I had forecasted what I would weigh last week, and I literally weighed on the dot exactly what I forecasted, 244.5. So I was feeling really good about that. I got caught up, but my work has been just crazy busy lately, and with back to school and vacation and general life stuff, I have been just overwhelmed with busyness, and I actually forgot to do an update last Tuesday. I think I was working from home and it wasn't my normal environment. I usually like to do these things on my way out, and I just didn't think about it. And by the time I could do the video, it was like so late in the week that I just decided I would skip it and do a double update this week. So I'm sorry if I let down anybody that was anticipating my weekly update. So today is September 4th, 2018. It is exactly week 23. My weight is 241.8, so that's a loss of 2.7 from last week, which is really, really exciting because last week was the week I was supposed to lose nothing. I absolutely expected to still be weighing in around 244 today. So I'm really thrilled to see the drop in the numbers on the scale over the last week. I don't know if my pattern's changing, if maybe I'm just gonna pull off a little bit more weight loss this month. That would be fantastic. I'm pretty desperate. I just have been feeling like this wasn't gonna happen, but I'd really love to see 330 or less on September 28th or before September 28th. And reason being, September 28th is my 6-month post-op check-in with my surgeon. The 6-month surgiversary date is actually September 27th, so it's just one day later that I check in with the surgeon. And in my mind, I would just love to be 100 pounds lighter on my 6-month surgiversary. I started this at 330, so 230 is exactly 100 pounds down since my highest weight, and it would be a loss of like, what, 88 since surgery. There's nothing magic about these numbers. I definitely believe I will achieve that 230 and much lower down the line, and as I continue to focus on this process. But in my mind, I just kept hoping that maybe I could say I lost 100 pounds by 6 months out, and at this point, I'd have to lose, what, like 12 pounds for that to happen, and I don't know if that is realistic given my appointment is like little less than 4 weeks away. That's not been, I traditionally have not lost that much weight in that amount of time, so I would love for this process to throw me a bone and pick up my weight loss a little bit over the next few weeks, but I will certainly understand and not be disappointed if I'm weighing in. My projections say that I actually will be weighing in at about 234 on that check-in date, so I'm 4 pounds away from the ultimate goal. I would be hard-pressed to believe I could lose that extra 4 pounds this month, but it certainly gives me something to strive for and maybe to motivate myself for a little bit harder workouts and maybe a little cleaner eating. I have been remaining on plan pretty good. I've had lots and lots of non-scale victories. You guys, I just feel so good about the things I'm doing in my life right now that I have not been able to do for a really long time. My daughter is 7, she's gonna be 8 soon. She goes back to 2nd grade this week, and she was actually supposed to go back today, but her school was closed due to the heat index, if you can believe that. So I just thought that was an interesting thing that would happen. But anyway, so last week before school started, she got some extra time this summer because her school delayed the start of school just due to some administrative stuff. And so we had this extra week, and I had this idea at the last minute. She's finally tall enough to ride roller coasters, and I'm finally small enough to ride roller coasters, and both of us love them. So I decided just to take a day off work and take her to the park, and like just me and her, nothing could hold us down, nothing could hold us back. I upgraded to like the fast pass on the lines so we didn't have to wait in any lines, and we literally just went from ride to ride to ride. We went to Cedar Point in Ohio, for those of you who are familiar. We got on every coaster there. There were 2 coasters that she actually wasn't tall enough for. She's like, I want to say she's 54 inches, 52, 53 maybe, and yeah, maybe she's 53 inches and she has to be 54 for 2 of the roller coasters, but the other like 10 or 12 roller coasters there we rode. We rode one roller coaster like 5 times because she loved it so much. There was another big ride that I really enjoyed that we rode like 3 times. We went on a lot of the little rides. I did not have a problem all day. So first off, my feet never hurt all day. I walked around, ran around with her all day, got in like 15,000 steps, waited in some lines, stood around, no problems with my feet. That would not have happened to me pre-op. I would have been miserable within the first 2 hours of walking around that park, and I would have been hating my life on my feet. So that's the first thing that happened that made me love that day. The second thing is just getting on all the rides. There was not a single ride where they had to like help me into it or push the bar down, you know, or any of those things that might have happened to me in the past. And these are things that I gotta tell you, I feel so good about. I feel like I'm not even near as small as I want to be, but already I feel like I can move so much easier, and my life is so much easier. I can feel good in clothes, I can get in boots, and I've got all this room here. And my knees don't hurt, and my feet don't hurt, and I just feel lighter than a feather just walking. And I'm really mindful about this, I think, right now, because I'm finally in this place where I am feeling a lot better. And just remember, I can very easily recall the place that I came from. And it makes me feel so good about my decision to have this surgery and go through this process. And any pain from surgery or frustrations with weight loss, or I mean, there are very few negatives in this, but any of the negatives are I'm so thankful for right now. Like, I'm just so incredibly appreciative and grateful to have had the I don't know if you'd call it an opportunity, or to come to the decision to have this surgery and get it done, because I gotta be honest, I feel so good right now. I feel so happy, and my biggest worry in my life is like how to maintain all this progress, like how to continue all this progress and then maintain it and not lose, you know, keep it fresh and keep on it. And, you know, so far so good, but I see all these stories and all these statistics about what happens to people years out. So I am trying to figure out, I'm sorry, my hair is just bothering me. I'm trying to figure out at this point how not to become a statistic, how to keep it fresh, how to live this life that I love so much, how to continue to progress, and when I get to where I want to be, how to maintain that. And right now I think the answer is, I understand that maybe the 3rd year becomes the hardest in this process with maintenance, and I believe that if you can achieve your weight loss goal and maintain it for 5 years, that you have like the highest probability of maintaining it lifelong. And so I start to tell myself that I just have to genuinely commit. I think the biggest answer for me is daily workouts and daily tracking, like tracking all the stuff that I eat. I don't think that you have to be perfect every day. I think if you blow your calories one day, it is what it is. But I think it is important to track it and know how many times per month you're blowing your calories and by how much. Right now, that's not so important to me. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm tracking and logging and staying within a certain budget, but I actually just feel like I can't eat more than, maybe I could get up to 1,500 calories on a big day of eating, like where I had a long day of lots of snacking or whatever. But I can eat so little now that it would be very hard for me to exceed my calorie limits. But I do worry that down the line it will be easier, and if I'm not tracking, then it would be easy to lose sight of the progress and not maintain as well. So I think that right now the answer for me is to continue daily 30-minute workouts at least and tracking every day, and that is absolutely what I hope to do to continue this, because I really love my life right now, and I want to just keep it. I want to keep on this plan and keep this success and keep feeling like I do. So I have rambled on enough for my 23-week update. You guys, this is also the month 5 update. So yeah, that was last week too, month 5. So I kind of missed a big update in there, but I will keep keeping you posted about my progress, and I will check in with you again soon. Thank you.